bring out the starters for your LA Clippers.
What could be better than a bout between two conference rivals? Cannot wait.
Nothing, Kevin. These players and fans are very familiar with each other and desperately want bragging rights.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Harden out there with Curry. And it's Green. Then there's Payton. And it's Jackson Davis in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Curry. They grab their own miss. Batum with the steal. Harden against Jones. Here's the three. Highland misses. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Warriors. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
Now Jones. James Harden missing on the three. Zubac finds Batum. 4 on the clock. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. First quarter, just over a minute played. Green with a screen for Curry. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, coming off the pick, tight, shoulder to shoulder, and then creating space with the dribble. Nice move from Stephen Curry.
Butler in the corner from the arc. Green with the rebound.
Oh, my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Here's Harden. Drains the 19-footer.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Butler with the ball. Now Green defending. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And for Jimmy Butler, he's the type of player we know, Steve, that fills in the gaps wherever his team needs it.
Kevin, he's often the top scorer, defender, and playmaker for his team. His desire to win is unmatched. Jimmy Butler might be the most overlooked superstar in this league. Strong move by Zubac. He can definitely give you that.
Harden surveying the D. Here's Jackson Davis. No good with the layup.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
To the wing right side. Zubac, a screen on Harden. Highland against Harden. Outside Batum. That one's not going to go. Warriors leading by 5. On its way from Curry for 2. Poke loose. Butler with the steal. On the wing, Jones. Pass to Butler. Over Curry. And it's Butler missing. And so Harden will bring it up for the Warriors. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
Here's Butler following the basket by Stephen Curry. Right side, Batum. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. The rebound by Payton. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Harden on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
1:58 left to play in the first quarter. Again, Golden State.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Highland. He's coming off a 13-point game against Sacramento.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
So, for the Clippers, Mans checked in for Butler. Kevin Porter comes in for Derek Jones. And it's done in for Highland. Now here's Harden. He had 13 points in the win against the Suns in Phoenix.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Clippers trail by 8. Now Dunn. The pass to Zubac. Here's Man, covered by Hield. Floats one up, and Boucher sends it back. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
This is what we love about the NBA. Epic matchups almost every night. What other sport has that?
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. A different look for the Clippers. Bamba is checked in for Zubac. P.J. Tucker comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Butler in for Terrence Mann.
Getting better and better from the line. Chris Boucher with respectable numbers from there.
Now here's Porter. Still scoreless. Back to Dunn. Outside Porter. Going inside. Shoots over Powell. Warriors with the rebound. Here's Harden. And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
So with Harden on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Curry. Powell is out there with Hield. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Looney in at the pivot, manning the middle. Nice shot there by Bamba.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Giddey finds Curry. Over Dunn. And Curry the bucket on the assist from Giddey. And 11 points for Stephen Curry.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Butler passes to Man. Giddey against Porter. Bamba a screen on Giddey. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Hield. Curry against Dunn. Latrey doesn't get it to drop for him.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Warriors leading by 9. Here's Curry with the 3. Wow! Curry automatic from deep.
What can you say about Steph Curry? Masterful.
Dunn passes to Porter. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Up top, Curry. Dunn covering. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
It's good. Bamba's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And really, when Bamba has this positioning, you got to get it to him. He's a very reliable scorer from there.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy Butler made some headlines a while back when he said he wished the NBA would allow more of the scrapping we saw in decades past. So would I. He says that would suit his game. Jimmy said, I want to run into people and see who falls down first, who's going to quit first. That's the style of basketball I like to play. Kevin?
Yep, you're right. And it shows, D.A. It shows. Thank you so much. A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Terrence Mann. Jones comes in for Kevin Porter. And Bones Island subbed in for Chris Dunn. Island against Curry. Now, here's Butler. He's guarded closely. Good D by Heel. And so it's Giddy with it. He brings it up for Golden State. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Here we are, Greg, getting into the thick of this NBA season. How big of a challenge now is the travel?
Oh, it's a huge one. The reality is all those flights take a toll, so you got to be smart with your sleep schedule and recovery.
Butler with the tip. It's good on the putback. Jones has got his first 2 points.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Clippers trail by 14. Here's Highland. His three-pointers off the mark. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Another three for Golden State.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Pass to Butler. Batum, a screen on Heel. Here's Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
One thing I love about Jimmy Butler and his defense, he works the passing lanes. He'll make a play on the defensive end that leads straight to points.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Kevin Porter's checked in for Butler. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Take a look at the Mavericks. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Well, right now for the Warriors, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlook them as a top team.
That's good offense. Curry's always creating for himself or for a teammate.
Outside, Batum. There's 1:40 left in the first half of the game. Here's Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jones has got 4 this quarter.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Curry aware of his role. When you're at the point, you have to keep everyone involved.
Highland passes to Zubac. And Jones has it in the corner. Outside, Batum. Zubac with it. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento.
And his defense was absolutely outstanding, especially his 2 blocks, which helped turn the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Giddy, no good. Clippers trail by 14. Porter inside. Covered by Payton. Porter, no luck. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Back to Curry. 26 seconds left to play here in the half. And another 3 for Golden State.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
Substitution on the court.
Butler feeling out a bit. With 1 on the clock, And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Warriors on top, leading by 17. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hey, everybody, it's halftime. Boy.
Bad execution. You can give the defense a little credit, but I'm not gonna. Their offense has just been lazy. They're tired.
Yeah,
They're sleepy.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Jack. I get it. The defense took them out of their rhythm. A little tired, lazy, I get it.
And a lot going on around the league. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Curry has been sensational.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit. Gave this offense a different dimension.
The post pairing, Batum and Zubats. Derek Jones is out there with Bones Highland. And it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. To the paint, Butler with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Highland's shot is good.
When Butler's locked in on the defensive end, his defensive instincts are awesome.
Green taking his time here. From deep Harden, another three for Golden State.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Zubats a screen on Payton. Butler attacking over Payton. Poked away. Pass to Jackson Davis. Some nice passing by Golden State here. 18 feet out, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the Clippers call time here. Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. The Warriors, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Outside, Jones. Zubats with the screen for Highland. Los Angeles with another miss.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And it's nice to have a guy like Highland out there so good at creating his own shot if he has to.
Bones is aggressive and accurate off the bounce. He's got tremendous speed with the ball in his hands, and he loves to play one-on-one.
Highland against Harden. Shoots over Highland. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Jones against Curry. Over Jones. A shot by Curry, no good. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Outside Butler, the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Butler's got 5 now.
High IQ for Jimmy Butler. He got the shot up before the D got there. Beautiful.
Fields checked in for Draymond Green.
And let's let's take a look at Steph Curry's numbers. Just an incredible month of basketball. First in three-point field goal percentage, and he's also number 2 league-wide in field goal percentage. You love his ability to score over the top of the defense.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. Pass to Butler. Overhealed, and it's Butler missing.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, the league does not like it when trade requests play out publicly. Commissioner Adam Silver says it needs to be a two-way street. Teams provide enormous guarantees to players, and the expectation is they'll meet their end of the bargain. He understands there will always be some trade requests, but he wants them to remain behind closed doors. Kevin?
Good luck. David, thanks.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. And he comes up with the deuce. Butler's got 7 now in this quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Payton with a screen on Highland. Curry add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14. Smitty, back in the 2001-2 season, you led the NBA in three-point shooting. Over 47% from deep. Did you play in the wrong era?
I don't think so, Kevin, but I do wish at times I could have played a few seasons in this era. That season, I only took about 3 trades per game. Now, I'd be taking like 15, Kevin.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Amir Coffey's checked in for Batum. Mann comes in for Butler. Porter's checked in for Jones. And it's done in for Highland. Harden outside. Over Porter. Harden's shot is off.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And the pass to Coffey. Here's Mann. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. And the dunk by Zubac.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Payton with the screen. Inside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Porter outside. The rebound by Hield. Warriors leading by 18. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Clippers. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Dunn kicks to Porter. Here's Mann, covered by Hield. Here's Zubac, up and in on the layup. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
That's how you run pick and roll. Zubac presents a big target.
Got it off in time. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And what I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So with Harden on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Norman Powell. Hield is out there with Chris Boucher. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Giddey in at the 2 spot.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
And good that time.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Again, Los Angeles.
Great idea from Jimmy. The mid-range is normally open in today's NBA.
Curry outside. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Curry's got 29.
Picking up from where he left off, I lost count of how many threes he hit in the first half. Now nails this one.
Porter against Giddey. From 11 feet away, the shot will not fall.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Done with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Here's man. That one falls. Timeout called the Warriors. And the NBA's new CBA cracking down on the top spending teams, Greg, but also the bottom spending teams.
Yeah, before teams had until the trade deadline to hit the minimum salary floor. Now they've got to be there day one, or they lose out on luxury tax distributions, which could end up in the millions.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Payton comes in for Norman Powell. Healed against Butler. The kick out to Porter. And the three off target. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Portland, and they'll be taking on the Trailblazers.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. To the inside. And here they come. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the three. Passes it to Mann for three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And again, no good by Golden State.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Hey, Smitty, in the playoffs, it's rare for an 8th or a 7th seed to make it out of the first round. But what about a 5-game series for just those kinds of matchups? You know, 1 against 8 and 2 against 7.
You know, it wouldn't be bad, Kevin. We had those type of series when I first came into the league, but I don't think they would change since we have the play-in tournament. I think rounds 1, 2, the conference finals, and the NBA finals will stay 7.
Payton with a screen on Highland. It's good. Curry's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, the long-range shooting gets the attention for Stephen Curry, but his mid-range, it's nice too.
And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. Some changes for Golden State. Chris Boucher's checked in for Looney. Moody comes in for Gary Payton. And Norman Powell subbed in for Stephen Curry. The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
And the slam by Moody.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Here's Highland. Misses the 3.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Giddey against Highland. Giddey, no good. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That's foul number 2 for him. Greg is a guy that led the offense, a floor general. Do you think we're in the golden era of point guard?
Kevin, it's hard to say. I mean, the 80s had Magic and Isaiah. The 90s had Stockton and Peyton. The 2000s with Nash and Kidd. But this era is deep. You got Curry, Lillard, Doncic, Morant, and, of course, CP3 is still going. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Stephen Curry.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Here's Batum. Here's Mann. Hands it from downtown.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
At the line for your
Both good from the line that time. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the miss. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, James. You were in a rhythm from the opening stages of the game. What does it mean to have this kind of performance?
I'm happy. I'm happy we won. We played 4 quarters of great basketball. You got to be locked in. You got to have that mindset to where you're just in attack mode every play, and that's what I was in tonight.
You had them on your heels, man, and congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.